Without the power of God behind everything I do, I really am completely inadequate.
I'm helping the culture. These guys are part of us as well. You know, these guys are our cousin. I'm helping the culture. I'm pushing the culture forward in another way.
Hey, black child, be what you can be, learn what you must learn, do what you can do, and tomorrow.
What do you do after you read? What do you do after you know all, right? And you can say that you're truly conscious. How are you putting what you know?
Without the power of God behind everything I do, I really am completely inadequate.
I'm helping the culture. These guys are part of us as well. You know, these guys are our cousin. I'm helping the culture. I'm pushing the culture forward in another way.
Hey, black child, be what you can be, learn what you must learn, do what you can do, and tomorrow.
What do you do after you read? What do you do after you know all, right? And you can say that you're truly conscious. How are you putting what you know into action?
That was really loud. But what's up?
What's up with it?
Hello.
Hey.
Jasmine Gates here. I was about to say the founder. I am the founder and the host of the New Black History Makers show. We are back. It's another Friday, and I'm, of course, not by myself. Joshua's here.
Hey,
with
what's
me.
up with it?
Yes, the founder, CEO, president of
the Healing Circle LA.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's not it though. But what else?
Oh, I mean, I'm a serial entrepreneur. You know, I got my brand on, Ghetto Superstar. The mantra is from the ghetto, but we still shine, even though we from the hood. Yeah. We still be superstars and still be who we want to be. Right. We still keep it ghetto fabulous around here, of course. Even doing the community work, I'm here locked in. I do events, do speakeasy events. We want to create a safe and fun vibe too in the hood for Black folks to come party, have a good time, and network and build. What else? I'm in the film and photography industry. Been doing that for 10 years. Shout out to my big homie Leroy Hamilton. He did shot everything when it came to nonprofits, weddings, events, red carpet stuff. So, and I'm here, man. I'm invested, and I monetize the things that I love to do. So
I love it. Well, you just went all the way into the intro. I just wanted you to say that
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. No, you're good, but that's a lot. So I'm excited because clearly you guys heard everything that he just listed. So we clearly have a lot to talk about, and I'm excited to get into it. Definitely, if you are on Facebook or the YouTube, or if you've seen us on Instagram, the title of today's episode is Get In, We're Healing. As you heard him say, he is the founder of the Healing Circle LA, and I know there's a lot of people that have heard about that or that have experienced the events that you're putting on and stuff. So that's what we're talking about today. It's just healing and stuff. You gave us a little bit about what you do and stuff, but how are you? How are you feeling today?
I feel fantastic, terrific. That's what we used to do at camp with our youth. Fantastic, terrific, all day long.
That's how you feeling?
Camp work, yeah. I feel good. I'm alive, you know. God gave me another day to maximize my potential. You know what I'm saying? And I'm good.
I love that.
It's humid, but I'm lit.
Right. I love that. Okay. So those of you guys that watch the show know, yes, we do the check-in of how are you doing, but then also when I was reading that article, I always tell you guys about it. It was saying that we need to have different questions to facilitate different kinds of responses, because sometimes we get so used to saying, how are you doing? And then our response is always good. And we don't really answer that question. Right. So you gave me an actual response. But a lot of times when we're in passing, people just, oh, I'm good. And they really don't be good. Or they just don't talk about what they're going through. So the question that I have for you is, what was your biggest lesson of this week?
Biggest lesson of this week? Oh, okay. I would say that it's okay to rest. I feel like for me personally, that I feel like I always got to be running. I always got to be moving. I always got to be moving around. And I realized that sometimes you just got to take a step back and sit down and decompress and unpack for real. Right. And really feel yourself in a way where, like, to release the tension, check your shoulders.
Yeah.
How you feeling your feet, how you feeling your face. You know, sometimes I end up looking menacing and my eyebrows is real tensed. And it's like, you got to check your space, check your energy sometime, and just breathe. It's very imperative to do that.
Right.
Like, how do I feel? really. So even when you saying ask people like how are you doing, sometimes people should ponder on that for a minute before they answer.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people don't know, or they just show it's the constant movement.
Yeah.
They don't never check on it. So
No, for sure. And I love that. Usually so there's a few different questions that I ask. One of like the crowd favorites is how could you have shown yourself more grace? Another one, I just asked you the biggest lesson. Another one is like, what made you happy this week? And out of all the questions that I ask, a lot of the responses are having something to do with rest or having something to do with like realizing that it's okay to slow down or giving themselves grace to rest. So it's just interesting how that like common denominator has come up with regardless of what question I have. I ask, it's like, yeah, we're so used to this hustle culture and go, 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 but we do need to prioritize rest. We do need to start like really resting. So
and who do you ask that mainly? Like black folks?
It's only black people.
Oh. It's only the blackest that come on the show. The blackest. That's it.
I mean, not that like we discriminate, but yeah. I've only had. I mean, and I do plan on doing some shows that are with some other races to talk about some things that we need to talk about in our community. But this is show 32, and it's only been black people.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, sorry. For curse.
No, you're
nah, man. I'm actually, because I feel like our stuff is different from everybody's culturally. Sure. How we deal with certain things, how we deal with pain, how we carry trauma, or whatever, or tension, and you know what I'm saying, and how we show up in the world is very different, historically or culturally than other races. You know what I'm saying? So like even having, that's why I asked too, because like even having a podcast, it's okay to keep it black. Shit, we always gotta share everything else. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta keep something for you.
No, for sure. I'm all with that. Yeah.
Our healing circle, we don't discriminate against nobody either, but we talk about black stuff.
So that's what I was going to ask you, right? So do other races come at some times?
Sometimes I do. I had a like next chick come a couple times. Next chick come a couple times. They came maybe like 3. Then they kind of just like I think on the third time they just even had a conversation like, man, I love what you're doing, but like it's so black, and it's like I could connect with a lot of it, but it's like I just felt like I shouldn't. It was also like respectful. I don't think I should be. This is for y'all, and it's double that y'all got something for y'all. Like y'all need that for y'all,
right?
Because like there was like brown people, we have our spaces too. Yeah, and it's like, but y'all don't really have too much. So like, sure. I think I'm just going to step out. And I was like, hey, okay.
That's good. I'm like, yes, because there's so many non-black people that want to include themselves in our spaces, and I'm like, if this is a healing space for us, then that means that you probably shouldn't be here,
right?
Yeah, like, because there may be something that you've done or someone that has looked like you has done that I might need to heal from.
Yeah, and I got to get past that first play. Right. Like, Tom, I don't think you should show up. Like, we can go out for drinks later, but you can't come to the service.
Right. And I like people that are aware of that. Like, okay, this may not be, like, I don't need to come to everything that y'all have going. Like, the concerts, go to that, right?
Yeah,
like,
spend that money on that black artist,
right?
Yeah.
But you don't need to come and sit in something that's supposed to be like, I don't want to say sentimental, but we're being vulnerable and we're trying to heal or we're trying to get through some things, and then we got to keep some stuff in house.
Yeah,
that's a thing too. Certain conversations need to be in house.
But how you do that with people that like date or married out their race and got biracial kids? And,
wow,
you know what I'm saying? It get tricky for them too, because it's like, but even then, to be honest, I feel like partners should understand that too. Like, if you're not that, let me have that, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, because I got to show up the world a certain way with them, and then it's different with you. I'm happy you accept me, whatever, and you love me, and we're here, but it's still real. And I think a person that really loves you, right? Because love is, right?
Yeah.
Corinthians, we all know the thing.
Well, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you let me do that, bro.
Yeah.
That's what love. Show up for me and ask me how you need to show up for me too. And that's another thing too. Like, don't tell me what I need and how you need to show up for me. I need this space, and I want to talk about black stuff for black people. Right. It's a feeling you get when you can talk with people that look like you. I understand some people married to Asian or white or whatever. That's cool.
Yeah.
Bro. That is just
it's different.
It's camaraderie.
Yeah.
You see your folks, bro.
Yeah.
Because they see you, they get you because they're you.
Yeah.
Your white wife don't know what that's like, bro. Respectfully. And that's
that's for sure. I mean, but it's, and a lot of people will find like issue with that, but at the end of the day, it is literally fact.
It's fact.
It's fact. And it's the same kind of fact is, I mean, I won't even go into that, but at the end of the day, it's literally a fact that it's a difference. Now, if you have decided to operate in that difference and live your life with those extremities, then, you know, by all means. But at the end of the day, don't be mad when somebody points out that it's different. It's a different experience, you know, and there's a lot of conversations and stuff that you have to make that marriage work, I'm sure. And then to bring kids into the world.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
Because you think about, like, okay, let's say you have a white man, right? And his son come out actually looking black. Now you have literally two people on two very separate sides of the spectrum, and he's supposed to be raising this boy. That's a lot.
And he's a white man.
A white man, not mixed. He's a white.
And privilege is going to
and
drop
his
him.
right, and his son has no, like, it's literally going into society fighting against people that look like him,
like his dad,
like his father.
But see, then too, like, even my mom told me, I said, Mom, what do you do if I brought a white woman home? She's like, she kind of scratched her face up, but then I think she came back as like, let me be a parent. And she like, me be a parent response. I think she was more or less like, that's cool, but they have to know something about our culture. They gotta be like, know what black folks go through, know what it is, know how to communicate. When they get upset, I don't want them magically saying the N-word with the R on it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're emotionally impacted, right? Because like that's how you truly feel when you're angry. Like that's your true emotion. You stood in that and you said that, knowing that you land down with this person, you're supposed to be building life with this person, but you're angry. That's what I am to you.
Yeah.
Not you only love me, I feel like, or see me out of convenience. And I think it's fetishization too when it comes to like dating black folks. Like
that's true.
I don't think they really be wanting to rock for real. Like it's like, oh, it's something different. And look at their skin.
Right.
Like, the way they've been doing this for beginning of the time.
No, for sure.
So like
literally.
I got time to go outside. Let's just give me a black woman that get me, understand me. Hey Keisha, how you doing, girl? You know, this respectfully,
right?
Bro. Like, because you got black women that come from different parts of the world too.
Yeah,
different backgrounds, different economic backgrounds, family backgrounds too. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But why? You know, that's just me though. Let me.
No, we're talking about, because that was gonna be my next question: is are you open to outside of your race or
nah?
No.
Trust me, I've been doing community work, policy work. I done been in rooms with all different type of Cambodians, and I feel like even them, no, because I was finna say a whole spectrum of races. I was finna say Cambodians, Latinos, whites, Asians, whatever, right? And then some of them even grew up, were in the hood, And then historically, a lot of Cambodians, Filipinos are like damn near us anyway. Like you look at history, right? But it's still like, nah, like y'all still ain't that, and the world even see y'all a different way too. It's like. It's anti-blackness all over the world, bro. Sure. It's like, and I'm not finna be. I don't want to play with nobody like that. I don't want to when you, because you get upset or treat me a certain way, it's over.
Right. No, I
got Nefertiti on my neck, bro.
Right.
Where her scribes at? But we got Cleopatra scribes and all of that. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I feel that. I mean, I love to hear a black man say that. Because I'm on the same tip. Where it's I'm not. What are we doing?
Right. It's power in that. Then you see it. Like, people be trying to go to the other side and make someone's going to be so much better. Still to getting divorced. Sometimes these white folks be killing and beating on them and talking all this and and you hang out with your white homegirls, not a black girl missing or she dead. Like, what's going on? Why y'all think it's so, it's like,
no, that's
bro.
real.
But it's trauma though.
No, for sure. And I just want, you share a lot of the same sentiments as me, and we did not talk about this at all. I just want y'all to know I did not tell him to come on here and say that, because he would be tired of me.
No, I say what I want to say and how I'm feeling. Respectfully. This is your space.
No, I shoot, whatever. Y'all know I love a conversation. I love a good conversation, and this is definitely a necessary one. But it's real. It's definitely real. But yeah, we're getting to. I want to talk about the Healing Circle, LA. What year did you start it?
2018. Started off in the 60s in the Crenshaw district.
When I heard you say that the first time, I was like, in the 60s, and then I was like, oh, okay.
Look, right there, Kyle.
Well, I was thinking the year. I was like,
no,
what?
I'm a very young person.
No, I knew. That's why I was like, why did he say that? And I was like, oh, okay, context. But yes,
in the
Crenshaw
district, y'all, 60-something, right?
For those that had a moment like I did. But yes.
In the 60s, I started off as a black male group. The why, definitely been, like I said, I've been doing community work for a long time. I'm a patron here, South Central LA, been here, born and bred, still live in the hood. I just love the ghetto. But seeing some of the pains and traumas, things that my family went through, being broke, moving around, shelter, one room shacks, apartments, my godmom, house up to my godmom, Kimberly Slaughter. Those are all my phones.
What?
Sorry. Kimberly Slaughter.
Oh my God.
It's my godmommy right there, helped raise me for sure. And you just see the impacts of like the Latinx boys and brown boys went through and going up and masculinity and trying to figure out who they are and wearing this mask and, got to be tough, got to be this, can't cry, can't do this. And I seen how damaging it was. You know what I'm saying? It was super damaging just to hold all that stuff in. I'm like, nah, man, we got to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And so like, shout out to my boy Parker Retina. I was in the 10th grade and he was a black or brown little therapy thing they had going at Community Coalition. I was a young person that participated in that program. And they had that. We were just talking about like feelings and like how angry we was and didn't realize that we were like angry and like how we overcompensate for this this fake thing called masculinity. I feel like, right? I feel like it's very like Western Eurocentric constructs on what it is to be a man in this country, right? And how you got to show up in the world. And it's like, fuck, bro, it's so like draining, right? And it's like, especially a lot of black boys grew up with women, to like, and respectfully, a lot of the tendencies too, like even when it came to like being expressive or vulnerable or flamboyancy, right? Because we all got a level of testosterone and estrogen a lot naturally, right? And just to see how even like the homies at Game Bang and how they quick they react. And then I realized reading a lot of stuff, talking to a lot of older folks, talking to like therapists and psychologists, like those are actually feminine traits. So you being like, yeah, bro, you got me, ooh, like you don't take no mess. But look how quick you are to respond out of pure emotion. You didn't assess the situation. You didn't think it was a cognitive of the way you was trying to respond, right? And that's why honestly, I lost a lot of homies because they feel like they always want to prove this thing, quote unquote, called masculinity. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody. And I realized getting older and being in spaces with older men, black men specifically, is like how calm they are, how to respond to things, even when it is tension or whatever. It's the way they deal with it. It's still sternness, right? Not cowardly or whatever, but it's a way that you show up as a man that women have in this society have the freedom to be more expressive, right? Because that's just naturally their makeup. They could be like, I hate you today, but then I love you in an hour. And that's how they show up, and that's okay socially, right? Especially due to like, the last couple of years they've been, studying because of this thing called masculine femininity been coming up. Toxic femininity has been like a big conversation that's connected with mental health, right? And we talk about that. So I know I'm going on a tangent whenever you want to go to the next question. But we talk about a lot of that stuff. But I seen the importance of that growing up as a black boy. And so it was me and my boy AJ, Anthony L. Cray. After a while, because my boy Robert Howard, who's still our host, I met him during the camp work when I was 15. So he known me for a long time. Shout out to my big brother Robert Howard. He's Mr. 365 on Instagram, master communicator. He was restorative justice practitioner at Santa Monica School District. Been doing it for 23 years, and like we just doing the work, bro. Like just doing the work. My boy AJ has transitioned. He like models full time and stuff like that. I'm wishing him the best. But it's really me and Rob now, and man, we just doing it, man.
And what was your first event that you did?
The first event, like big event?
Well, I'm just saying, like when you were like, okay, the Healing Circle LA, boom. What was that? What was the first?
Well, I mean, the first one was the men's thing? It was the men's thing. We did a couple of those. It's my boy Tevin. He got Tev Kitchen. Got some good Belizean food. He's Jamaican. Sorry, he's Jamaican. That's good Jamaican food. I'm shouting out all my boys right now. Excuse me, I'm belching. I'm sorry, y'all. Dad has some Taco Bell, and that's a terrible thing to eat. Then it transitioned soon to a co-ed space.
Okay,
the
that's what I was
homegirls
gonna
were
ask
super
you.
on it. Like, you want to hear what black men feel, right? So we had a co-ed space. My big homie was kind of like, you should keep it a male space. We need male spaces because black men are not going to open up as much. And I did see that. Until you got certain men to be agents to kind of like break the ice for other men. So that was the events we was doing it there. People from different states that moved from different states found out about us. So they used to come to the apartment. I was in my apartment. And we used to have like 40 people there. First of all, ain't no 40 people fitting nobody apartment in the hood, right? But the door was open. People was in the kitchen. People was on the standing up. People was by the door with that door, my main door open, just listening and just giving conversation. People was on the floor, you know what I'm saying? So we always like swept the floor. We start off with wine too. Shutter Home. Wine or Gallo family, one of the sweet wines, because we wanted the vibe of put your hair down and chill
Yeah,
and decompress and
for
talk.
sure.
End of the week, Sunday, end of the week.
And these are the co-ed.
These were the co-ed ones at the apartment. And then after a while, I realized and started getting sponsorship. They were against substance abuse and people shouldn't be. So it's like we had to take the wine out.
So now there's
no wine,
no nothing.
And people still came though. People still came because we went to my boy Cordova's spot. That was on 90th and Western, and he had a big spot, an outside spot, and it was a party vibe. I'll show you some stuff. When we had intermission, a lot of people came. We'll have the dialogue for short conversation, talk about stuff, family. People was talking about molestation and deep stuff, losing people, whatever, and family. We talk about the real shit. Right, but intermission came. We got that music going. People be outside, fucking like, wait, what? Because we want it to be comfortable. Like, do your thing.
Right.
Ain't nobody judging. It's a safe space.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna make you feel weird for smoke. That's your stuff. Right?
So after intermission, did you guys go back into conversation?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Right back into it. Then at the end, we had like a little mixture vibe. And sometimes we'll stay all the way to 12 a.m. and just vibe out, connect. Because our thing is, we always just wanted people to build camaraderie, meet each other, because people from different states, different backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? And we just wanted Black folks to come to the hood, feel safe, do stuff in the hood, and and be able to see each other in a real way, right? We don't weaponize our own Black skin or be, who's this or who that, because there be people that gang bang all the time that used to come and they'll talk like, yeah, Bryce, I like this girl, but they were still being vulnerable, and I appreciated that. We all appreciate that. It's beautiful, man.
Right.
You see working professionals that come. It was people in their 60s and 50s would come here to young people speak, get their perspective. My mom would come, the homie mom would come, and it was just game just flowing all throughout the room.
That's dope. I love that. And then, so did you start doing men's only events again, or did you just?
Nah, we went so far to we do Black Women Appreciation Days. We served over 250 women the first one in Hacienda Heights. Second one we did this year, March 31st, we served 300 women at the Connect. Shout out to Connect. And we had Black men dressed up in suits, and we served 300 women. We want to heal in all facets, right? And so we do those events because we want Black women to see healthier versions of Black men showing up for them. Because I was so tired of being on the social media. And then I got a lot of homegirls, right? And then growing up with women because I connect with women. So I know how to, I just got a lot of women in my life. I was just so annoyed, especially as a Black man, that don't cheat on their partners, never did none of that, to hear how jaded they were and how hurt they were. And niggas ain't shit. And I'm just like, okay.
Right.
And I got older homegirls too. So they 30, 40, some 50. Still sad? Damn.
Wait, you still sad?
Wait,
sad in what capacity? Let's talk about it.
Just
you still have no hope?
No hope. And then it's funny. It's always so funny because it's I feel like as people will say that, still kind of be searching for somebody or still have a little boo thing. We don't want to be alone inherently.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But it's you just we gonna just take it for what it is. It ain't no real intentionality behind dating. It's we probably just gonna get your issue off. Right. We may go eat. Oh, he need to fly me out. He need to show damn, bro. It's just the energy. Now I see more I see Black women wanting. I want a man. I want a husband. I want to be held. I want a partner. I want to be. And it's so dope and refreshing to hear and see now. It's thank you. Because as a man, that I want to be a husband and a father, but what's the dating pool like?
Okay, well, let's talk about that. We have 2 minutes, but
we already at
let's
that
talk
27
about
mark
for the first one. Yeah.
Damn, be talking. Black people be talking, don't we?
No, but I want to talk about that. So because I think we often hear it on social media from the other side, where women, we're often saying oh, the dating pool is trash and stuff. But what is it for you? Is the dating pool, and we'll talk specifically about LA because that's where we are.
Yeah.
Is it trash here for men?
Yes.
A little bit. The silent head nod took me out before you say yes. Let's get into that. Okay. Dating pool in LA is trash for men too.
I need my full 27 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. I got some ammo.
Okay, so we're gonna table that, but we're gonna come back. We're gonna bring that in at the start of the 27 minutes because we might need the whole.
If I get cut off,
situation.
I'm gonna be upset. Put me back on the mic.
Okay, so let's do this quick one. Okay. What has been one of the most impactful conversations that you had where you've left or events where you left being wow, that was a conversation we needed to have?
Man, one of the circles we had, we talked about cracker. We had to do a 2-part to it. Man, I wish my boy Robert Howard was on. I hope he listened or he gonna listen. We had one where we talked about the unhealthy tension between single black men and single black women. That shit stemmed off so far. We damn near went back 400 years on some shit. Just like on why we on some like on why we view each other a certain way. Why black women view black men a certain way. Why black men view black women a certain way. Vice versa. It was powerful. It was heavy too, though. Like some people didn't cry. We talked about like family structure and parents in a household, and it got as deep as like, even like I've been molested before as a kid, right? And hearing black men say that, and the black women in there like, like, yeah, we get touched too,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
No,
but
for
like,
sure.
Not being even taken serious for that, like how the world views that, how women view that, and like talk about how like even we perpetuate the patriarchy in this country too, as black folks, right? Or as black women too. Like it ain't awesome like you, but like it is to a point where it's like, and I see a lot of black women say it on even on posts on social media, it's that accountability piece that even black mothers don't partake in, black partners will take part in.
Right.
That
No,
shit is
that's real.
draining.
It's real. So let's hold on to that. We have a few things that we need to bring up in this next piece, but we're gonna go to commercial and we'll be right back. You said
It's like 26 seconds at the end.
that's 26 minutes because the 27 minutes already started.
Oh shoot! All right.
His
All
time is a little off. It's okay though. We were talking a little bit about traveling. Y'all know I'm a travel.
right.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to say after that, but I like to travel.
That's
But yeah, so dating pool in LA.
Caca. No, I'm kidding. I feel like this. No, the people just ain't met each other yet. The right people just ain't crossed paths yet, man.
Yeah.
Like because like Rob, my big homie Rob, we do the singles game nights. I help him with that, and like it's been cool. Some people are together, got apartments together, moving in together right now from our singles game nights that didn't know each other at first.
Wow.
They met each other there, so love is in the air.
Y'all out here doing good work.
People are looking. Yeah, I'm talking about. We don't charge that much. People pay 10 bands to find a partner. That's a real thing.
Wait, so you don't charge that much for the event, or you guys are like matchmaking?
We're like, in essence, we just putting people in the same room because we have a vetting process too. You gotta do a questionnaire, what you into, answer certain questions. Yeah, we doing it.
And so, have you ever been like, "Oh, I'm gonna keep this one for myself"?
I don't go through the thing. I really be in there on some like just trying to stay working and busy. You know, I talk to the ladies in there, just on some like, you know, what's your name? But nothing too extra. I mean, I met a couple that was cool. I hung out with, but I don't know. I feel like right now I kind of just got out of something too. You know what I'm saying, this year. So I don't be trying to put too much pressure on trying to be a no woman face too much.
Right.
And then,
no, for sure.
You know, and I'd be trying to be clear, like, you know, I'm kind of single. Like, I'm not even emotionally there. Because when I'm there, I'm there. I'm a lover. I love relationships. I like being in them. I love the idea of them. You know, black love. I'm an advocate of that. And it's the sense of like being seen and felt and someone loving you. Like, who doesn't want that, right? But, man.
So let's talk about that emotional part that you say you don't feel like you're emotionally there. So what does that translate into?
It's like, how can I? It's weird. It's like you could like somebody, but like, I don't know. I'm not emotionally available. Like I don't want to too much. Like I feel like it's different when you with a person. You got a little bit more like patience. When it's like I didn't dated people who were like, maybe I'm just probably dating the wrong people. Sometimes people just be too sad for me. Like you're not really my partner. And I do the work I do already, like mental health already. So like I'm already in that space, and it's like I'm gonna give advice, I'm gonna talk, but like I don't want to hold that. Like I don't want to have the responsibility of holding that. And then, or if I don't answer, what did you mad at me for? We're not together. Like, because I have moments where I just want to be left alone.
Do you communicate that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm chilling right now, but the whole like, and I'm respectfully, I don't think women care that you want to be left alone. I don't think they care that you need space. What does that mean? Nigga, what? They're like space.
That's good though. That's a good point.
I need that, bro. Like I'll really be on some like back off, like respectfully.
Yeah.
You're on it too much. And then if we're dating, like you're just doing a lot. Like it's things I'll be, you know, it's like how y'all got y'all little. I'm like, yep, she's doing that. If we're together, that would be intensified. I'm not doing it. It's about peace.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And
peace
then,
all day.
And then too, I think with a lot of women, I think a lot of them need to learn too. And I learned this from reading relationship books and talking to a lot of old couples, especially for black women. I don't care if they 50 or 40. All right. When a man is chilling sometime and he in his zen, don't ask him what's wrong. Sometimes ain't nothing wrong. We just chilling. And I need you to be quiet, actually. Don't ask me nothing. I'm chilling.
I need you to be quiet, actually.
I'm reading this book. Like, and then I want to teach people too, especially being in this space, doing mental health work. It's language and words and how we play. Like, it's not always what's wrong. You can ask somebody, how can I support you?
Yeah.
No, how can I show up for you? That's you're developing better communication habits. It's healthier, right? Because you got to be intentional
for sure
about what you're asking. Like, why is something wrong?
Yeah.
Sometimes that can trigger somebody because like it's nothing wrong with me because I'm silent. I'm actually very much at peace. And men sometimes just want to chill. Even the most turned up dudes, you think that's always like people have this misconceived notion about me. When I'm outside, I'm outside. It's fun, Josh. But sometimes I need everything to be quiet. Like I don't even watch TV.
Yeah.
No Instagram. I could just chill in bed and be happy, chilling.
Yeah.
Taking a little nap, whatever, or just like I'll read a little book or something. I'm chilling.
Right. No, I love that. I think those are conversations and those are pieces that people need to hear from men. You know, a lot of times it's just like, oh, y'all are supposed to just take whatever is there and deal with it and not process through it or whatever. So
yeah,
I'm glad that you said that. So I want to talk about your own like healing journey because clearly you have the Healing Circle LA. Like there's something in you. I feel like you would have to have went through or are going through a healing process to want to extend that to our community.
Right. Real
So
quick,
you go ahead.
do you think you can be completely healed?
No, I think there's always going to be something that you'll need to heal from. And it may not be like, maybe I feel like some of the most traumatic things people go through are kind of in their childhood because you're so helpless. Of course, some people go through traumatic things in their adulthood, but I feel like a lot of this stuff, a lot of the healing, like we spend a lot of our time trying to heal the child in us because we were just so helpless. So I feel like one, trying to heal that child is going to be a lifelong thing. And then you're going to have, as life goes on, you might lose a family member. You might get out of a relationship. You might experience racism, right? You may lose a friend and you need to heal from all that. So I don't think anyone can ever say, like, I have reached the pinnacle of being healed.
Yeah, yeah. That's definitely. Honestly, I don't care who you are or whatever, or you psychologist, whatever you with school. Even they go through. You human. You're not infallible from like feeling emotion and feeling triggered. What I will say is, you can get better on how you deal with things that impact you.
For sure.
You can be way better on how you deal with things.
For sure.
But healed, that's impossible.
Yeah.
That's impossible. You get what I'm saying? I would say like I'm healing or I healed better or like even for example, like, you know, you get in a relationship, you know, the first breakup really hurt.
Right.
When things end, you kind of like, okay, it's a thing that kind of happens. I'm not going to give up on love.
Yeah.
I know how to process emotion better.
Right.
I learned different tools in this relationship. It's always a W and everything. And I feel like, especially, I'm talking about black folks because I'm black, learn to be less pessimistic and just focus on the W. Like, I always challenge people with, when I have my partner come, this happened at work. Oh, I'm like, damn, every time you talk to somebody, they're always talking about what bad happened today. I start challenging people to ask them, so what was the highlight of the day? Was there any W's today?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I got a parking spot right in front, actually, today. Somebody bought me lunch today. Yeah, but why is it so heavy on the,
right? Maybe
because the negative kind of weighed the bad. You kind of really don't want to work there. Yeah. The manager bullshit, whatever. So, but all that's carrying all of that and always processing that I'm telling you, if there are ways of thinking about stuff, you'll always think about negative shit because you've been trained and conditioned that way.
Yeah.
Man, this happened in my life. Man, this happened. What about the W?
Right.
Can you still walk on your own? Can you still move your hands on your own? And this is why when people talk about God and like church, and I challenge that theory because it's like, look how you talking. You're so pessimistic and negative. You think God wants you talking about stuff like that? How you got this, got that?
Yeah.
But you a very depressed motherfucker.
and I think that's real, right? So as like a churchy person, right? Where I'm okay with people challenging that because I have the same questions. Like, it just needs to be refreshed.
Girl,
you're looking at the computer screen. No, we're good. But no, so that's a thing, right? And if you believe in a thing, regardless of what your religion is or whatever it is that you operate in, if you believe in a thing, you should have fruits of that, and your fruit should be your emotions. Your fruit should be how you carry yourself. Like, I carry myself in a way where I think I operate in some level of humility, but I also know that the creator of the universe, who I believe it, created me and gave me a purpose, and I walk in that power. Like, I'm not walking lowly. I'm walking as if someone has given me a very specific assignment and I'm carrying it out. But that's because I believe wholeheartedly in what I believe in. Yeah. So I agree with you. Like, you should walk a little different if you are claiming to believe in this thing. Like, why even say you believe in it if you're going to walk low?
Yeah.
You know, so
gotta be high.
Right. If you really believe what it is that you saying you believe in. And that's the problem. I think a lot of people outside of even the church, but just in whatever, they just don't be really believing in what it is or believing in themselves.
Yeah. What they saying.
They don't believe in, and that's the thing too. Like, I can't sit up here and say that I believe in God and I believe in myself when He gave me myself to operate in. Yeah. You know, so I agree with that. 100%. No, for sure. So your healing journey, though.
My healing journey, man, I'm still on it. I tell the disclaimer all the time when I start to struggle is I'm still healing too.
Mm.
To be like I'm this dude, the ultimate, I'm not. I still be doing weird stuff and unsure, uncertain sometime, and I gotta go back with myself and learning when to have balance and learning when I need a break and knowing, you know what I'm saying? I still struggle with that sometimes, but man, I'm gonna show up.
So let's. When do you think you had a moment, or when was one of your first moments where you were like, "Oh yeah, I'm not okay," or I do need to maybe address this within me?
Oh man, recently I feel like I got a room. I was at the Homewood Suites, man, Monday to Saturday or Saturday, got a week, and I was just in that room chilling, away from because you know I'm still with family, so it was like my brother, my mom, they there, and like sometimes their energy be different. Love them, they dope. But sometimes I'll be like, oh no, y'all, that's not it. That's not it.
Right.
Like just the energy is just like nobody really moving like that. My bro is he's working on his trucking company and all that stuff right now, but like. Then my mom, you know, has stage 3 breast cancer, and so her hair is still kind of like patchy and stuff right now. And that energy sitting in that, it's like I'm not trying to like not support her and move away from her. Like, you know, I still take her to her appointments, but like I can't sit in that and be in that because sometimes she be looking sad or whatever. That should make me sad. And I'm an empath. That's my OG. I ain't never seen her like that.
Yeah.
So it's new for everybody. Energy, so I just needed that time to like decompress and unpack for myself. And everybody should have that for themselves. That's why some men do got men cave. You just need to. I just need me right now. Need to be okay. You can't just be here giving energy here, giving energy here, then expect your battery to stay charged. Well, you gotta recharge your battery, man. So I had to do that recharge, and I felt better. I felt good, and I felt like I was able to do more creatively. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I was able to hear my own thoughts for a second. Needing that shit. I mean, some people still pull up on me. I had little moments, whatever, but like I just had to get out my little space though. I couldn't just stay in that apartment. I had to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And I challenge everybody to do that. Go for a walk, go to the beach. Like I love the beach, give all my problems to the ocean. I can't hold that.
That's Bible.
That causes cancer and stress in the body. And that was my mom. She always was on that phone yelling about something, talking about something, pondering on something. And I wouldn't be surprised why she got cancer. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. That shit causes sickness, bro. You gotta what TDJ say? In order to let the grief grow, you gotta let the tears flow. I love that. It was a bar. I say, yeah. The tears is a turn up to the soul, man. You gotta release, bro. That folks, we gotta learn how to release. Let it go.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting on that. Like sometimes I hear my homegirl talk about something, my girl, let it go. Like, what are you gonna do different then?
Right.
Because you're gonna keep talking. I can't hang around nobody like that, bro. You just talking about the same.
Let it go. No, that's real though. That's real. And I'm glad that you said that because I'm big on I will remove myself or go somewhere or drive somewhere and do whatever I need to do. Like I do not stay in this space. And that's something that I've had to learn, like, you know, within the past couple of years, especially during the pandemic. That's one thing where we were forced to not do anything, right? As a community person, like I thrived on that. And then I also appreciated my alone time, but I spent a lot of time with people, talking, doing just a lot of stuff. So when the pandemic hit, I was like, oh, I'm not going to sit in this house. Like I may not be around people, but I'm about to go see some water, the mountains, something like, and that's where I kind of like got that where it's like, okay, you can go and experience something by yourself and it can be beneficial. Because a lot of times it's like, oh, you need to go out to eat with somebody or you need to go do this with somebody. Like, no, sometimes you just need to go by yourself. Yeah. And a lot of times we don't spend time by ourselves. And that's why, like,
we don't be knowing ourselves, guys.
Yeah, then you go crazy. And it's like, no, you really need to spend some time by yourself. So I'm a big proponent of that, like, for sure. I think that alone time, I love how you said you went from, like, you said Monday to Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, no, for sure. That is amazing.
Need that. I spent that chip too. It was like a band. So what?
Right.
For my peace of mind, it's priceless, baby.
Right.
My peace of mind is priceless. And I think it's crazy. Two things. One, to connect with being alone. My mom, queen of that shit. She could be in her room all day, chilling, laughing at the TV, chilling. She mastered it. She older. Us, I just feel like it's not humanly possible to be alone all the time. You're not supposed to do that. This is why God put us on earth together.
Yeah.
To look at each other.
Right.
I mean, it even shows in marriage, like people live longer when they have a partner to live for.
Yeah.
Then when the other one died, what they usually have it right after. They die.
Right.
My nigga didn't die. Right? So now they both in heaven chilling.
Right.
But you need that, man. You need that reboot,
sure.
that recharge. You got to do that for yourself.
For sure.
Like, it is crazy too, like us being Leos too, like, you know, dating. I don't like that too. Like people think they know you. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You're getting to know me,
Yeah.
right? And it's like when I just want to just chill and be at home, my partner, and she was older too. It's like she didn't get it, and I'm like, nah, I want to chill. She's like, nah, you want to go out? Like, how you gonna? Why you
How
gonna
you
tell
gonna tell
me?
me?
I'm here. I want to sit
Right,
here.
right.
I like to go out,
Right.
but if I want to decide today and make a decision for myself to be here today, allow me to do that. Don't put nothing on me.
Yeah, no, that's real.
Don't let nobody tell you who you are, bro. Okay, that's a bar. Don't let nobody tell you who you are.
No, I love
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
So you said that you spent about a band from Monday to Saturday.
Homewood Suites. It's a good spot. They got
So
the kitchenette in there.
this is
shower
what
bar.
I'm gonna tell you because we gonna get you out the country for sure.
Okay.
You could have spent that and probably like spent 2 weeks going out the country. So
I know that, but I did a staycation.
No, but I need you to get out the country though.
All right.
Yeah, before you even touch a milli and all of that, I need that's gonna be whatever. That's gonna be the goal to get you up out of
All
here.
right, we got to
for
see
the same
price list on some stuff so I get my shit together. I got to renew my
Yeah.
passport though. Passport.
So yeah, let's
All
do
right.
that first, and then we're gonna get you up out of here so that your staycation can be an abroad trip.
All right, bet that up.
Yeah, for sure.
Bet.
Therapy. Your thoughts on it?
Everybody should go.
Is it something that you've done?
When I was younger, I haven't been more or less as an adult, but I get trained by psychologists and therapists with the work I do. Shout out to Josette Banks and Dr. Cheryl Grills. They've been around since I was younger, and so it's a component of people healers that do stuff in South LA, and we have sessions where like we meditate and breathe and talk to each other, and they give us strategy as well too. So that's our space as the healers, the healing for the healers. So we still got that.
Would you go to therapy now?
Yeah. Go to therapy now. And then too, I don't care how good your relationships are too. You need to go to therapy with your partner too, especially if you plan on marrying them and having kids
Before marriage.
For sure.
Really?
For sure. You don't what? You gotta because it's
wait. Okay, so let me clarify. So as you are dating, boyfriend and girlfriend, you're saying that you should be going to some type of couples therapy.
I suggest it if it goes over a certain time. But what are we? Look, do you go? Did Kobe go to practice just to practice, or he's practicing for the game?
Okay, the game meaning marriage. Okay, because some people
we're doing
some
it
people
to
just
get
be dating
somewhere. Exactly.
for like 10 years. So
No.
should we be
What?
in couples? Well,
What you
I'm
been
glad.
10 years, nigga?
I'm glad that you are. That's your
Nah.
response. But people be like, "Oh yeah, we going to couples therapy," but have no desire to be married. So that's why my question
Okay,
was.
but listen to me though. That's why I said still go, because everybody don't believe in marriage the same way. Because some people feel like it's the way of America to keep track and make money, and it's a construct, and they feel like it's an American. Some people believe marriage is an American construct, whatever. Some people feel like if you love somebody, when you lay down with somebody, that's your bond in marriage. When you have sex, when you share, when you develop that soul talk. Some people have different views, right? And so if we together 2 years dating, then we move in for the 2. This is my mom timeline. She said date 2 years, they move in for 2 years. Then you're gonna see how their habits are.
Move in before you get married.
For sure.
Really?
Because you can see if you can.
I don't agree with
Because
that.
marriage, you locked in.
I don't agree with that.
Why would you want to marry a nigga, move in with him, and then he really dirty? And that really bothers
But no, I don't. I'm
talk to me for real. Because
So
you can go get a lease. Oh well.
Right.
But marriage is like, you don't want to play with that.
I understand the sentiments behind that, but like I said, grew up in the church, so that was something that they just pushed against. Now, I think there's a different way that
God
you're
would want to
supposed.
see if you like that person.
But he don't want you to live with him. That's not what it is. But I think also because if you're following what God is saying, right, there's not supposed to be premarital sex either, right? So if I'm living with somebody, that makes that extremely hard. If I'm supposed to be no, if we sleeping in the same room, I mean in the same house or the same
control, talk to God.
Absolutely not. You shouldn't put yourself.
Help me. Yeah.
But you put yourself in a situation to be even more tempted than what you would have been.
I guess so. People say that.
You think people say what? Wait, people say what?
I can't like when people with some men, I'd be hearing some men saying like, probably ain't cheat, but like it's the pressure of like she fine, she own me, she want me, she know I'm married. It's some people feel like they'll fall short.
Wait, so he's saying that about a woman that he's not with?
No. So look, so I'm giving an example, but I've heard it before from like married men.
Mm-hmm.
They say I don't even put myself in position because I don't want to.
Yeah.
I even heard women say it. I'm just like, I didn't been in spaces where it's fine women that have done that while I'm with somebody, and I just be like, nah, I'm with somebody. I don't know. And I'm talking about they all grope you. They want to, but I have a whole partner that I love.
So you're saying that you had control?
I don't think it's that bad.
Wait, what's that bad? Like if you were with someone and
if you're with somebody, if someone else wanted to pursue you.
Okay, so you're talking about cheating.
Yes, I'm talking about being not being an active cheater. Let me be aware of my words, but like being tempted.
Yeah.
And it didn't hurt some women and some men say that like I don't put myself in a position because I don't want it to go nowhere. And I still feel like if you just don't want it to happen, just say no. What is the
well, some people don't. Some people don't have that control though. Clearly, because it's a lot of cheating going on.
I don't know. I just feel like honestly, I'm in a relationship. It's so much easier to be single and just have sex with who you want.
Well, but people don't think like that.
Well, they need to learn. Okay, use my philosophy. If you want, ladies, it's okay. You can have a boo thing, hey little thing, and then too, just be transparent. But see that's why older people and my mom always say you need to date, see who you like, and see what you want to do. You be getting into relationships and you don't have the capacity to be in a monogamous relationship. Figure out what you need for yourself. This is why in the 20s is the like start a business, fail in the business, go to the gym, don't go to the gym. Who I like big girls, I like small girls, whatever. Or you like everybody, whatever. But figure out what you like. You like women like that. Woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? And then because the whole like I want to be married at 21, like some people are saying, no.
That's what I thought when I was younger.
You fresh in the world.
But a lot of people don't, and that's the thing too, where I'm glad that I'm, what am I, 27? 27 and single because, I mean, not that I'm glad, like if I would have been married now, I'd be happy with that too. But I'm glad that I'm able to learn myself. So the business, the traveling that I've done, the time that I've spent with myself, because even like, and shout out to my mom and my dad, they got married at 21. So I think about where my mom was at this age, and she didn't have the 6 years that I've had to really grow with myself as a woman. So I'm like, I do appreciate that time. And I think, what is it? The 30s are the new 20s or the 40s are the new 20s now. So like people are getting married later.
I feel that being the thing
though. But the generation before us was getting married in their 20s. Now we getting married like late 30s.
That's because you need to slow. Probably. I don't know.
Wait, who's slow?
Everybody.
Well, you're not married?
So?
Are you slow?
No. I find niggas be slow sometimes. I mean, just the way they conceptualize
men,
things,
or are you talking about
people?
Okay.
I say niggas. I mean niggas.
Well, no, I mean, we got to clarify.
Because sometimes you say nigga, you mean the dude.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, everybody. But no, I mean, it's a different time. But I definitely think we should maybe start considering that. People gonna do what they're gonna do, but I believe in you should wait. I know a lot of people are not waiting to move in with somebody before they date and stuff. But there are studies on it that show that the marriages last longer if you don't move in before.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. You gonna try it?
No. Because I feel like marriage is a big thing, man. I gotta see if I like you in every fact. You know how they
So what? Okay. So then, what about when does like God come into play? When does the fact of you trust in God that He'll bring you the right person, and that will be what it is, and that you don't have to necessarily like
move in and do the whole little thing.
Well, not that you don't have to move in, but you're not literally relying on yourself to
make that
vet this person. So God brings you your person, and it works the way that it's supposed to work.
Then I just go in the flow of the thing. I'm not too big on wanting to plan every facet of my life. I just kind of go with shit sometimes, to be honest. Like, but business or whatever, I do what I can that day, and I'm present in that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to doing my thing or taking my pictures, like, okay, I'm gonna take pictures of my brand, my hats and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna throw this post today. Like the whole like plan it for a week. I may not feel that way in a week. I'm not gonna do that.
Wait, so now I need you to put it in the context of the relationship. You said
in a relationship, it's like God give me discernment, give me clarity, give me patience, and let me be a man of understanding. You get what I'm saying? And ask questions.
Yeah.
I remain coachable. I remain a student of life. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I do, I want to learn the person, want to get to know them. What gets them happy? What gets them, turned up? What do they like to do? What makes them sad? What makes them happy? You know what I'm saying? What do they aspire to be? And I just gotta see emotional intelligence. That's a big thing.
That is a big thing.
That's a huge thing that some people lack, and believe it or not, I'm gonna use an I statement. In my experience, a lot of women don't have that.
So that's what I was gonna ask too. Is emotional intelligence? Do you feel like in most of your relationships or most of your interactions with women that you had more emotional
For
intelligence?
sure.
Wow.
I would argue if I did dated women in their 40s. Okay, they got houses, everything. But that don't mean that women. You know, we're talking about what I just said earlier about accountability. It's a newer thing now for women, so they don't look at themselves as doing anything wrong. A lot of relationships.
You said accountability is a newer thing for women.
I definitely.
Wow.
I think my experience, women are very deflective. I am like this because a man did this to me. Man this, man that. It's like, so you're just infallible to mistake. You don't do anything wrong. You didn't do nothing wrong in a relationship.
Wow.
Never.
Wow.
I'm just like, because when I break it down, I assess it to old partners that I've had. I'm actually cool with all my old partners. It's like we talk about it, it's like, damn, I didn't see that. Yeah, bro, it was some harm that you. But that all ties down to what I talk about: family structure, how you view masculinity, femininity, and how you show up in the world.
Right.
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 Are we finna go off air again?
Yes,
I see it.
In 20 seconds.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
shout out to Ray. But no, there was something that you said. The emotional intelligence thing. I want to keep talking on that. The hesitant response did me in. Oh, I think when you shook your head. But yeah, we'll be back. Going to commercial really quick.
You're seriously watching porn?
All right, we are back. We were having a good conversation. I did not do this the last time. I feel like we just talking like at the house because I'm supposed to like bring y'all back in and be like, oh, I'm the founder of New Black History Makers or whatever. And I didn't even bring y'all back in the last time.
Oh,
But
good. That's what happened. You can't fight the vibes.
but this is
can't.
the new Black History Makers show, and we are back. We are live every Friday. For those of y'all that may be listening during the week on the app and just happen to catch this piece of the episode, please follow us on Instagram. Shop with us. You can go to Fox Hills Mall, Uplifters Marketplace. We are there. NewBlackHistoryMakers.com. Unloved LA on Melrose. You know, there's places you can go to go get the merch. So go grab it. I'm not here by myself. Joshua is here, founder of the Healing Circle LA. So we're having a good conversation, a lot of good conversations. But yeah, so emotional intelligence. I was saying off air that I feel like we as women sometimes feel like we can do no wrong. And like you said, oh, because a man hurt us, or because we feel like maybe the men that were supposed to be there, like fathers or grandfathers or uncles, they weren't there, that we sometimes walk around like, oh, we were hurt, so we're always going to be the victim. And then, like you said, when you were at the group or at the event and you or one of the men maybe mentioned that they were molested and the women were like shocked, and that speaks to our mindset of the fact that we don't think that men can be victims, or we don't think that y'all can be hurt, like beyond, being touched or anything, but we don't even think that y'all experience pain, which then goes into that like white narrative of the Black man. Why do they keep killing us? Because they literally think y'all don't, or killing y'all because they don't think y'all experience pain.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot. And then not, and two, I had a conversation with my old partner about it. We cool, great. I think she's a great woman, whatever. But we had dialogue about that and how she views like masculinity and manhood. I was like, I really don't like your views on like how you think men are supposed to be. Like that really bothers me, and I don't think it's a healthy way of thinking, to be honest. And I told her that, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
So was that the like what made you start to think that you couldn't be with her, or?
Nah, it was some stuff. It was like just like a compound of things, kind of like I was trying to be patient and have conversation and dialogue about certain things. That kind of like bothered and triggered me, and or how she was triggered about certain things, and when to, I mean, it would be stuff like we would be bickering, or it'd be a situation like it was one time, it was at my best friend's birthday thing. He was at a bar, got a section, everything, and man, I don't know, it was my homegirl Kadeja at the bar, and she was at the bar. My boy Fred was there, and this white bartender looked at her in the face, and because she was my friend, they was like, "Hey, can we get a drink?" Right? Looked at her in the face, was just like, and then like walked away. And I was like, "Hey, yo, bro, like, this lady just asked you, you know what I'm saying?" Because he definitely went down to go make a drink for somebody else,
right? And
we definitely asked first, because I paid attention. I like to pay attention before, because I don't want to be the Black dude that just overreact and mad at everything, because that's not how I live my life. Because I like peace, okay? But I squabble when I need to, right? And so she seen that. I said that, and she said, "Hey, do not yell at him. I used to be a bartender." Ooh. First of all, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I know you're not defending this white bartender, and I'm your partner. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, he clearly ignored you. And he's like, "Well, it's a lot to be a bartender, this and that." And one, it was already annoying me because I told her 3 times not to come because she was working rigorously. She worked at the hospital, and she does her own business as well too. So I know she was tired because we was both working heavy for like 2 weeks straight. And so me noticing that, being a partner, I was like, this is my best friend I grew up with. You do not have to come. We can spend time with him another day or the next day. We'll get some rest tonight. And kind of said, okay, thank you. I appreciate that, because I thought, but I'm just like, you don't have to prove that to me. Like, I'm not going to be sad that you're not coming. I don't.
Right.
I know we wanted to see each other because we haven't seen each other in 2 weeks because we've been grinding. Excuse me. Because we've been grinding, but I respect that. And like, I'll just see you tomorrow. We good, right? This woman still came. Still like, I'm like, okay.
Right.
But then it just made me upset because it was pockets where she said, I didn't even want to come anyway. I told you not to come to 3 separate times, 3 different phone conversations.
Right.
She was like, well, you said you wanted to see me. Ooh. I said, yeah, but I don't do what y'all do. And this is maybe just me being ignorant. I don't say no, but really mean yes. Right. I said, it's fine. I promise you you're okay.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And I expressed it like, please go lay down. Like, listen, just lay down. 1, 2. And I feel like sometimes too, it's like when I say something, it's like she want to fight it. Like, don't tell me what to do. I don't got time for that. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? I got time to had this rebellious in you because of trauma from your old partner that's carrying over now. And I noticed and I seen that just listening to her speech before, and I started taking others and say, okay, that's where that's coming from. Do I really want to stay here that long and wait on this transformation? Right? It sometimes it just was really draining.
Wow.
To have to prove this point that I'm here, I'm a man, I'm taking care of business. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying for stuff, doing stuff. I'm trying to open up accounts with you so we can save for like family, child, whatever. Like I'm serious. And she just didn't understand that I was that serious and me being younger than her. Right? Because it was like a 7-year difference. And she just like, you're young, like you should want to, baby. First of all, I've been outside for a long time. Okay.
I've been outside for a long time.
Not like respectfully, not to be boastful,
sure.
but I didn't some bad ones. I'm fine. Let me be here. I'm focused. Let me be here. I want to build legacy.
Sure.
You feel me?
Yeah.
She just didn't get that. She always challenged that.
Maybe
because, and she wasn't ready with certain things, you could tell too, because her family kind of coddled her or whatever. So she was slow with certain things, which is okay. Right. It's all good. We all got raised differently. I wasn't tripping on that. But it's just the emotional touch, like when to give emotion, when to give certain energy. I definitely feel like those moments where she should have defended me as a partner. Didn't do that. Definitely took the other person's side.
Like in the face of what though?
Like on some like, I had some tension with a close friend. He was definitely wrong. And she still kind of like did it in a way where it's like, it was super condescending, undercut, and it was just, but she did it in a way because of how she felt about what men should be like. It connected with that theory. But
it was to you, or it was like she agreed with him, and
she would agree with him, like you shouldn't be acting like that. I said, this is one of my closest friends that I have a thing with. Yeah, right. You making money together or whatever. You never had business with a close friend before, so you don't even know what that's like. Number one, sure. You didn't even try to understand. So I'm emotional about it and I'm upset about it. She just was just like, you need to stop acting like no, I want to process how I feel. And I just feel like as a partner, like I don't want that, because that's going to be the characteristics I'm going to be raising my black son or my black daughter. And I think about stuff like that.
No, for sure.
And it's like, if you think that way about that, there's no way that I would want that raising a kid. Yeah. If you don't treat the person like the person that's going to help you make the kid. Like, what?
No,
you know
for sure. No, that's like, good.
And I just start thinking about that stuff. Like, I don't care how fine you are, whatever, she's thick, shapely, cool. But it's still like, nah, bro, I can't even. But like I say, great woman. We have fun. We do talk about a lot of stuff. We had a lot of things in common. So I'm not like she's a terrible person. No, but it just came with like when it came to the real like the vulnerability piece and like emotion and processing and when to give certain things, and it just I was like, nah, not a life. That can't be my life partner. Maybe it's cool right now, but 10 years from now, are you still like that? I'm gonna develop resentment against you, and I'm not gonna feel safe with you.
That's good.
I'm not gonna feel safe. I'm not gonna want to express how I feel, because then it's like, don't act like that. Like,
and that's good, because I think a lot of times men or women, we are not the most safe spaces or the most safe space for men. And a lot of times we just think we are without even really like vetting ourselves. Like, okay, because I'm a woman, I'm a safe space. Because I can give birth, I'm a safe space. Or because I can raise a child, I'm a safe space. But it's like, no, are you really being safe in this moment? Like, I think that's a real thing too. But that goes into like the divide between a black man and black woman. And it's interesting because when I asked you the question about what was like one of the most impactful conversations, you mentioned like the toxic, basically divide, the tension between black men and black women. And we talked about it when we were talking to Devontae, but that was probably, if I could say, one of my most impactful conversations in a community setting from New Black History Makers. It was that too, where it got a little heated though too, which I love.
It got to.
It's going to, because there's times, and for me, like I explained it to you, y'all know that listen to me or that have just talked to me at all. I have 3 little brothers and I have my father in my life, along with my uncles and all of that. So I have a healthy perception of black men, and I know that's not everybody's narrative, but that's mine. So I will sit in conversations with black women and hear them say whatever. And then I have friends like Devontae or from the Giants Den, right? And there's times where I've sat in conversations and I'm the only black woman and I'm talking to a whole bunch of men, right? So I have the privilege to sit in both and to be understanding for both. But it's very rare that it's both groups in the room at the same time. So of course, like you said, it's going to be tension because we're never talking to each other, or it's always black women in a space with black women agreeing with each other and black men in a space agreeing with each
I
other.
think they be enabling each other.
And that can be said too, where it's like, yeah, because he did this and he did that. And I think I told y'all, like, I had to now start using the language of, if your truth can be present in this conversation, so can mine. And my truth is not that black men are trash. That's just not my truth. Like, I didn't grow up like that. The men in my life are still in my life. And that's just what it is. But there's definitely a divide. What do you think is like, if you could name like one or two issues that we have that kind of puts us at odds with each other?
Y'all? No. Niggas be like, I got way more than two. Like,
okay, no, but let's go there. Women. I mean, we touched on some things, right? But like women, and then we'll go to men.
But let me just start off to say, love women, love black women, one day women. I will fight with y'all, fight for y'all, I will die for y'all.
The disclaimer.
Oh, y'all, this disclaimer. But I am gonna say my truth and my piece on it. Like I say, I think it's the accountability piece.
Mm-hmm.
It's the I'm gonna add one more to the list. It's that I think it's okay to be strong and stern as a woman, but still keep your femininity. You know, because that is hard for a man to love you if you gonna act like us. That's weird. I might as well date it. And I can expand that on later or whatever, but that and just like I really would just say, man, just for everybody to just remain coachable and just listen to understand. I think we gotta learn how to listen, actively listen. I know people say that shit all the time, right? But like, I mean, like actively listening, and that requires some emotional intelligence because people are triggered if you say certain things. People got to get their word in. If they feel like that's not a part of their characteristic, then they're super instead of like taking the criticism, like you impacted me this way. And I think too, getting better with words, right? Right? Being intentional, like, hey, was some harm done yesterday when you came home and you said this to me and that really bothered me.
That's good.
And I wanted to process it before I said something to you because I didn't want to have any tension.
Is that how you respond?
That's exactly how I talk.
That's how. So
that's exactly how
something happens. Boom. You're like, the next day, I didn't like that. And a comment, even when you're upset.
Even when I'm upset, it can be something that really grinds my gears. And even if it is in that moment, I still kind of like breathe. Your breath is everything.
No, for sure.
Breath. I mean, that shit impacts your posture and everything, even how blood flows. So you always check your breath. And I'm just like, you know what? Like I'm telling you, even when the situation with my ex, I said, you know, I'm just gonna go and take you home, boo. And I smiled about it. I was upset too.
So what? Okay, when are you in balance though?
When I'm like angry?
Yeah. So like, when it gets a little like rocky, what do you do to bring yourself back? When you're like, okay, I didn't respond to that the right way.
I breathe. I walk out the space. I breathe, and I'm like, I'm just gonna talk to you later.
And when did you start that? Because I mean, were you a hothead younger or?
Oh yeah, I was definitely turned up younger. Even though I was going to the therapy stuff younger, I still had moments. You know what I'm saying? I'm not super just a monk, but you feel
no,
me?
for sure.
And then you know what helped me too though? Like I always decide this could be my ignorance too, or this could actually be helpful. I just feel like women are a certain way, men are a certain way. And a book I do like is The Way of the Superior Man.
Okay.
That's a good book read. I suggest that for women too. That's a cheat code for men too and ladies. The book even just talk about how men and women are different. And why are we keep trying to, I feel like even on social media, you see the social media debate, that's why somebody got to get off of it.
Yeah.
The debates is like we want to be the same, like on some like all lives matter shit. Like, no, I'm black, you white, and race impacts us differently. Yeah. That's our truth. I'm a man, you're a woman.
Yeah.
We are different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We feel emotion too, but we are more logical.
Yeah. Depending
on how you were raised and how you were socialized into the world.
Yeah.
Right? So like I said, a lot of black boys grew up with black mothers. A lot of times too, especially black mothers that are from the inner city and are poor, they overcompensate for masculinity because they don't have no version of that that's in the household when they're raising black boys.
Yeah.
That's why you see a lot of hood mamas telling their sons to shut the F up, and they babies, and they cry because they want something, and they supposed to cry.
Right.
That's how they communicate because they don't know any other form of words
right.
how to be emotionally expressive.
Yeah.
Mom. But hey, Who am I? I'm not a parent, teacher, person, whatever.
Right.
Right? But I understand data, statistics, society, why we are a certain way. That's why I'm patient. And so this is why when I talk about flamboyancy, and I gave the example of men that gangbang and do all that when they too turned up, and that's a feminine trait. Check your energy, bro. All that talking, then if you gonna squabble, you gonna fight. All this talking, leave that to the women. Because I see all my homegirls do that. They all that, man, take off. But then two,
is that healthy?
It's not healthy.
Okay.
But if you gonna really mean that, mean that. If you don't really want to do that, stop talking. Because 9 times out of 10, they don't be fighting for real. Right. And they don't really want to fight. Right. You're just doing who's gonna be the loudest. Like you can out-argue somebody or intimidate. Bro, I'm not on that.
And I think even further, we have this thing as Black people, I'll say for sure as Black women, because I'm a Black woman, of course, where we feel like there's this like chemical release that we get when we go off on somebody. And it's like, oh, if I can tell this person off, like if I can go off on this. But I mean, in a sense, Black men have it too. Like if I can go off on this person and make them feel belittled, or I can tell them about themselves, I walk away and I feel a sense of accomplishment. And I had to check that in me because I have a slick mouth on me. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna put you in a corner somewhere. Yeah. You know, like I know I can do that. But then I started maturing. And then, you know, my relationship with God just started getting, and it's like, no, you shouldn't talk to people like that. Like you should be able to reach people. You want people to know that you want to see a change in them. But are you going to do it in an effective way where they respect what you're saying? And that was the thing for me where I had to start like checking like, okay, yes, you made me upset, or yes, I should go off on you and I would be justified in going off on you in this moment, but will it be effective? And what is the outcome that I want in this conversation?
I mean, just think about like, even when I think about like certain movies or Kingpin type niggas, the smoothest nigga be the one that don't talk too much, he ain't too loud, he get into the money. And that's why he the richest. You don't gotta come into the room and be the loudest and shoot everybody up and chop everybody. Right. He's like, all right. Then if he do, he's planning. Yeah. And he'll plan for some years. Right. You think of that's why I like the 48 Laws of Power too. That teach you about war. When to do the thing. You know what I'm saying? It talks about like manipulation and all that. But I really think I think the book was misinterpreted. I think it's about when to show up. It's when I'm gonna put my hands on you and when I need to talk to you. You get what I'm saying? Like even when it comes to street stuff, it's like, bro, you gotta know when to get that energy. You don't need to exert that every time. Right. Like you yelling and fighting every time. That's why some people can't go out. And this is why too, look, it go even deeper, even with Black women, because just imagine for 400 years, one, you couldn't say what you wanted to say. You beat, you know, when you do speak out, limbs getting chopped off. Even in society, in the workspaces, Black women got to be quiet. Yeah. They can't say too much of this and that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Of course, when they had a moments where they yelling, they feel free because they've been holding that shit in for over 400 years. You get what I'm saying? Women have been told to shut the fuck up for 400 years. Right. You get what I'm saying? So it's only inherent that they're going to be expressive now. Right. It's a little more freedom. But I think it's about placement, right? And I always tell people about like packaging and knowing when to give that emotion and when to say certain things. I feel like you can say what you feel, but it's the way you do it. But I mean, if you not, you don't have no outlets or no where that when it's time, you're going to explode. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's pressure there. You never been given the tools or been equipped with the tools to genuinely say how you felt without raising the octave. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jasmine, hey, bro, you know, you can be stern. Like I said, you can be stern. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't like the question you asked on air last week, bro. I feel like you kind of like threw me under the bus, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's sometimes that's hard for a person to even say that because it's like, I don't want them to be mad at me, but it's like, nah, if you're going to be my friend, you gonna know how I feel. Yeah. Or it is like, fight me. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how I feel. You out here fighting your friends? Nah, never. If I gotta fight you, I don't got no respect for you. Never be my friend again.
That's real.
Never.
And that, same
thing for women. If you women feel like I try to tell the fellas, if a woman put her head on you, bro, she ain't got no respect for you, bro. I don't care how she was raised. She grew up in not no respect for me.
And vice versa.
Vice versa. If I love you, I would never do that. I want to fight for you. I fight you. If you can't be my peace, whatever, we can't talk about certain stuff, then you don't need to be around. And I think that's what people need to start doing. It's self-preservation, bro. This is your life. Yeah. You got to protect yourself. Right. Not saying you got to be avoidant or socially avoidant or It's like, look, bro, like I'm not trying to do that unless
Yeah.
I need to. You feel me? And why I gotta fight the world and then come home and fight you?
Right.
Especially as a black man, as a black woman. Why would you want to come home and fight your person when you already gotta combat people in the world?
But it happens a lot.
That's why.
That's why what?
That's why I'm saying. I was gonna say, like, the one reason, that's why I said earlier, people need to learn and love themselves.
Yes.
Spend time with themselves and figure out what they need for themselves. Be on this healing journey, right? Like I said, you're never gonna be healed, but at least certain things not gonna trigger you as quick, as fast.
And
it's gonna be, you got a little bit more shield on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And it's not that you won't be healed. Like, you can be healed from a situation, but as a complete individual, you will always need to heal from. Yeah. Like, there could be something that happens today where it's not even that traumatic, but it bothers me. Yeah. I may need to, kind of process that. And if I don't process it, it's going to be something that lingers. And that's typically what happens in our lives, especially as Black people, because there is a lot that we're trying to do. And then we're business owners, right? So you have the business mind. I think that also needs therapy, right? Because we go through ups and downs. And then you have your inner child, and then you have just you as the person, so there's a lot of different things. And it's like, if we don't take the time to process certain things as they're happening, later on down the line, a few months from now, there's things that probably happened yesterday that if I don't process it within the next 2 days, it's going to show up next month, and I'm be like, dang, I didn't deal with that, So it's a lot. It's a lot. Healing is definitely a lot, but I'm glad that you have this space where people are able to come in, Black people specifically are able to come in and talk about healing or just have conversations, because I think talking through things, there's a lot of healing in that. And I'm sure a lot of people left like, wow, I've never even been able to express myself, or I heard someone say something that I've been feeling, and maybe I'm sure there's people that don't even say anything that still leave like, yeah. So
they're not alone.
Yeah. And that's a big thing too. That's why I'm like, these groups and stuff and the conversations that we have on here, like, it's necessary, because as you're hearing it, you're like, wow, this person is going through exactly what I went through or something similar, right? Or whatever. Some of the stuff that you shared, men hearing it and being like, okay, yeah, like, I also went through that, or I also feel that, or I also feel that with my partner. So let me go and kind of address it differently. So the conversations are necessary. So
definitely.
I'm excited. Your event next Saturday, September 17th.
September 17th at 2 p.m. at the Connect.
Yes.
At the 611. It's 6111 South Gramercy Place. At the spot called the Bread Yard. That's the name of the lot or whatever like that. Unit 4, second floor. So at the Connect, it's the old Vector 90 building, where Nipsey and David Ross used to be. Shout out to Deshae and Tiffany, the owners of it, and they take care of business for the community. And we a partner of them, and we gonna break bread and fellowship. We got that, and then we doing something with the Giants. Then on the 23rd, a social networking soiree off the clock.
Oh, that's us too.
That's gonna be
Black History Makers. Right.
You like that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. So that if you guys have seen us post a soiree, we did 2 before the summer. So the Healing Circle is partnering with us as well, and we're bringing it back on the 23rd. So like you have something. Yeah. Y'all don't even come at 6:30. So get there, at the time that y'all be getting there. But that, and then so the Healing Circle, and then the soiree is that next weekend. So definitely pull up. What can people expect at the Healing Circle on next Saturday?
It's gonna be open dialogue. We always typically do topics mainly, but it's gonna be kind of like an open dialogue, mixture vibe. Just want community to come out. We're in the new space. This maybe our second circle there, our third circle there. Black folks come through, chop it up, conversation, meet new people, network with new people, check the space out too. Connect, co-work space, incubator space, and see what we're doing in the community, man. We're right there in South Central. We want to build there, we want to heal there, and we want to impact infrastructure there too. So we can only do that if our hearts and minds are healed. We build a camaraderie with each other as Black folks. So
I love it.
We can't build community if we see each other as enemies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or if we hurting inside. So
for sure.
We feel in, it's gonna exude out. So if we feel in pain, that's what we're gonna give back to the community.
Yeah.
So, but if we working and we happy and we joy, everybody happy. Shit.
Yeah.
Just imagine that. We're gonna be supercharged. So getting back to it.
Yeah, I love it. I really love it. This is a good conversation.
For sure.
This is really good. It was like, you got to come back. We got to talk about some more stuff. But I'm excited. I believe I'm going to be there next week. I'm going to just say I'm going to be there next week because I really want to be in the space and hear the conversations and stuff. And it's necessary. Like, we have to go there. And I feel like I'm always one of the ones creating those spaces. So to go and to experience it, I'm looking forward to that, just to be able to sit and take in.
Be a part of,
Yeah. So I'm excited. Where can people follow you?
The Healing Circle LA. Everything spelled correctly. The Healing Circle LA. So no underscores, no nothing. The Healing Circle LA. You're gonna see me and my big bro Rob on there, posting content and stuff like that. And that's where everything lives, right there on that page, the Healing Circle LA. So you'll see the flyers and the events and all that on there.
Yeah, so we'll repost it, but definitely follow. But that's it. Thank you for coming on and sharing everything. You're healing.
I'm grateful.
Yeah, no, this is really good. So please share this with anybody, whether they need to heal, they don't need to heal, whatever, black man, black woman, your mom, your dad, whatever, your partner, whoever, share that with them. Like I said, merch, newblackhistorymakers.com, Uplifters Marketplace in the mall. And then also follow us on Instagram if you are not doing so. Shout out to the home team, the Good News, for allowing us to be into the space. And then shout out to them because they just opened up a studio in Texas. So the team is like moving, and I'm grateful to be here on a part of a team that's like really doing some stuff. So I'm going to sign off. We will be back next Friday at 3:30. But yeah, stay up and thank you again.
Okay. Hasta luego.
All right.
Without the power of God behind everything I do, I really am completely inadequate.
I'm helping the culture. These guys are part of us as well. You know, these are guys of our cousin. I'm helping the culture. I'm pushing the culture forward in another way.
Hey, black child, be what you can be, learn what you must learn, do what you can do.